JP, you are the king of systemization.
Stop it.
More.
The Crown Prince of. His Majesty Sir Systems a lot.
The question everyone wants to know is, do you have Grecian 2000?
This is natural.
We'll have that one in the show. Right, okay.
He said he forgot to go for his haircut last week.
Yes, very good, very good. John Paul, is ARLA worth 240 quid a year?
Absolutely.
You're going to say that though, aren't you?
No. It's the same as anything. If you use it, you use the services and the products, and of course it is.
But you're going to have that opinion. You're a director of them. Tell these guys what ARLA gives to you. Don't tell me. I know. Tell these guys.
So, Association of Residential Letting Agents is an organisation. It's a voluntary organisation that you can join. You've got an amazing legal helpline. So, as we were speaking about before, the amount of legislation, 150 to 200.
And I could just ring you. Well, not you, but
just ring up.
I'm stuck with this.
If you remember, yes. How do I do this? Section 8, Section 21. I've got this. I've got that.
Sure, that makes it worthwhile for
Will they bail you out?
quid.
I mean, will they bail you out?
Bail you out, is it?
Well, if you had a problem, would they give you some advice?
Yeah. Oh, no, that's what it did. That's what the legal helpline does.
What was it? How much was it?
240
quid a year.
Do you know how much? My mother is a solicitor, so she's, so that's less than an hour of her time.
Yeah. And you can phone up any time you want.
Yeah.
And we get the stats at the board meetings, and we understand how many people are phoning up, what regions are phoning up. We understand that it's a very, very valuable resource. You've then got the meetings, the regional meetings. So you've got the regional conferences, you've got the annual ARLA conference.
Okay, so hold on. Right, so you get a helpline. Yeah, and you get the regional meetings.
Yeah.
And you get the handouts. Okay, and you get a camaraderie together. But what else do you get?
Well, it's the same as anything. If you get a gym membership and you don't use it, you're just going to get a fat slob. So you've got to use it, and you've got to promote it, and you use the branding of ARLA, and we get a lot of business based on it.
What's the one thing that you would change about ARLA?
Good question.
Really, if I'm honest, but I really like it the way it works. I would like to get more members. I would love to get more members, because the more members we have, the bigger voice in the industry we do have.
You've just finished editing the Sally Lawson video I did with ARLA, who's a fellow director.
She is now. She was my boss last year.
Because she was like El Presidente.
El Presidente.
And the one thing that I said to her was, because she was telling me what happens behind the scenes.
There's a lot.
Is that they are absolutely appalling at getting the message out.
Yeah.
To letting agents.
Very much.
What they do.
Maybe they need some video content to talk about how amazing ARLA is.
Well, maybe this video could be a starting block.
It could, yeah,
and could be sent around the ARLA universe.
Hello.
So just want to sort of bring it back. I actually agree with that. I hadn't thought of that. So one of the issues we have sometimes in our agency is when the girls are doing the scenes doing the actions behind the scenes, such as chasing the rent, chasing the arrears, and talking to the tenant and what have you. But when we don't communicate that to the landlord, and the landlord phones up and chases,
we don't tell the story, do we?
We don't.
But that
you just whack it on Rightmove, don't you?
But that there, some of the best. Obviously, we produce content for lots of people across the country. That gets great reach, great views, all that other sort of stuff. But you know what gets us the best behind the scenes? So stuff, photos, video. We did a time lapse of the week of putting a load of kit up. This isn't property related. This is film related. But what I'm saying to you is, the stuff that goes on behind the scenes
people
needs
see it.
documenting. And what's doing really well for, not ARLA, but what's doing well in the industry, as an industry example, is if you look at people like Luke St Clair in Oadby and Leicester, he is now doing a vlog, and he's having his day-to-day documented.
Yeah, it's really good.
So if ARLA are doing all this brilliant stuff behind the scenes, which I'm sure they are, because they're a big company like the Guild, a big entity like the Guild, or like I'm a member of the Guild of Professional Photographers.
9,000 members in ARLA now.
Yeah, massive,
really,
massive.
8,000 in NA, yeah.
But if you're not showing, if people get, we said about the legal helpline, fantastic, and actually on its own, it's worth that.
Yeah, surely.
But the behind the scenes stuff,
If you look from a league,
document it.
if you look from a league, right? So there's various forums, as we know. I run one, Chris runs one,
Yeah.
and there's another one. And the guy that run it, really really nice fella. And when the 10 feet ban came out, after a couple of months, there was a thread on this particular forum. It was a case of what are ARLA doing. And I went on and said, we're doing this, we're doing that, and he said, well, I don't think you're doing anything. And I showed him the information that we were released from ARLA about what we did. There was something like 120 publications, including BBC, radio, I'm sure Sky, there was the Guardian, the Telegraph, everything. The Times, the Sunday, there was everything. And he went, my goodness, I didn't know that you did it. And he said, why don't you tell us? I said, there's two things. You're not a member of ARLA, so you're not going to get to see it. So you'll never see it. And the second thing is, if people aren't on the TV when we get a 20, 30, 40-second clip, we can't...
You're going to miss it.
We're going to miss it. But I do agree with you, and I agree with Sally, we shout them.
I tell you what I would do if I was ARLA. I think we need to get some... If only we knew a couple of video lads.
Yeah. Only we knew.
Shameless plug.
No, but I'm not joking you. I know these guys are coming up to see you on your business. Why don't you get them to almost do a day in the life of a letting agent? Little clips, obviously beep out the names, and actually show the story of the difficulty of being a letting agent. And again, looking at ARLA, again, it's not... People communicate in a different way and consume media in a different way, and so a lot of people read, but I think what I've learned is video. I mean, tell the story of that agent down in South Lincolnshire.
In Bourne?
Michael Holland.
Yeah,
No. That other agent that is in that South Lincolnshire town.
So we were doing some filming for a local newspaper, because we do award filming for 2 titles, soon to be 3, across the region, and they work in the property industry. In our county, so obviously they're the sort of person we would do business with, I guess. We run courses, obviously we do editing and property stuff, all over the country. And Matt and I just started talking to him, and we said, look, do you do any video content? Obviously, because we started talking about what we did, and we got loads of cameras there. And he said, no. And I was like, all right, okay. So we started chatting, and he said, who do you work with? And we said, oh, well, we work with, John Paul at Castledene. He went, oh, yeah, I know John Paul. And I said, we do loads of work with Chris Watkin. And, he said, I was watching loads of his stuff on YouTube and LinkedIn. And we mentioned a couple of other industry names, Chris Kiriakou, Perry Power,
Tom Panos,
John Cottrell, Luke Sinclair,
Matt
Giggs. We mentioned a few of these people, and every single time, know him, right? And then I said, do you know them personally then? He said, no. I said, well, how do you know him? He said, oh, I've watched all the video content. And he just literally watched this penny drop, and he just went, why aren't we doing video content in our business? Why aren't we telling people what we do? I mentioned 15 names in the course of 30 minutes.
You knew everyone,
and he knew every single one across an industry of
probably never met any of them.
No, across an industry of 16,000 letting and estate agents. That's right.
That's companies.
That's companies.
So companies alone, who've all got staff.
Yeah.
I mentioned 15 names across the industry. Well, Tom Panos doesn't even live in the UK.
Yeah.
Right. And he knew all of them.
Yeah.
He knew who you all were. Right.
Yeah.
Power.
Yeah.
A video content. And that is staggering. And so the fact that ARLA
don't do that.
That
staggers me. You just said that.
It staggers me that a kind of, I guess, an authority in the industry does less video content than Chris, does less video content than you, does certainly less than video content than Perry or Matt or Chris Kiriakou or John Cottrell or whoever it might be. It's absolutely staggering.
For obvious reasons, I've got to be reasonably careful about what I say here. I agree with you.
No, I don't mean it's. What I mean is,
it's not criticism.
It's not
criticism.
But
it's feedback.
Just something that I guess I instantly see the value in being part of ARLA. Okay, I'm a member of a trade organisation for photography.
Yeah,
I see the value in that because of the feedback that you get from being in there. And like ARLA, there is a legal helpline. If you have an issue, you can call. Like you'd have insurance, I guess, for your business. Being part of a trade organisation for your industry kind of is a little bit of a no-brainer, because you're going to get exposed to other people in your industry doing stuff well or badly, and have a learning experience from that. Yeah, it doesn't matter what industry that is. So the fact that mine's photography, the fact that yours is property, makes no difference. It's the same principle. Yeah. So £250 a year. I think I pay about that anyway. I pay about £25 a month or something.
The thing is, ARLA's taken probably a very big strategic shift in the last 4 or 5 years from, and it's modernised itself. The board is full of some incredible, impressive people.
Really, yeah.
Sally Lawson, Nick Madden. We've got Peter Savage, who's having his second term as president now. He's a really, really good guy.
Nathan Emerson? Or was
He's not on ARLA board. No.
Oh, he's on any.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think he's on. Yeah, I think he's on.
He was here a few weeks ago.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy. So it's got some really, really impressive. And do you know what the funny thing is? It's got some young people as well.
But that will drive it.
Yeah.
It will. So it's got Greg Suman. Hi, Greg. He's a really good guy.
David Votter, love him.
Oh, we met him
David
at ARLA.
Foster,
Yeah, love him. Hi, David.
He's the rep for Kent.
Yeah. He's done.
Big fan of the show.
So David Cox is our CEO. He's a
Yeah,
very
no, we
guy.
interviewed him.
Yeah, he's a clever guy. He's
Switched on cookie.
very
Like him.
brain works 1,000 miles an hour. Always takes meetings 20 minutes over. Sorry, David, but you do.
Do you get paid to be
No, you
on
don't.
the board?
No,
Do you get paid to be? Does David Votter in Kent get paid to be a regional rep?
No, because when I was the North East rep, we never.
So
we
why
never
do you
got
do it?
paid.
And apart from the badge, why would you want to work
Do you know what?
for free?
Because if you give a shit about this industry and you want to make a difference, I don't want to sound all cheesy, but
No,
who
it's
said
true.
be the difference, be the change you want to see?
Yeah.
You've got to stand
You've got to
to
be
the
in it.
forefront.
Yeah.
You've got to be ahead of everybody else and say, I'm driving this bad boy forward.
Yeah.
Are you coming or are you stopping? And that's what we want to do. And we've got some really good guys on the board and we're driving it forward and everybody seems to be on the same page.
Yeah.
And you'll have disagreements about member benefits or whatever, but overall, really, really impressive group of people, and it's in safe hands.
And we're all driving the same
Massively,
direction.
yeah.
It's Michael Jackson's birthday today, so if you want to
Who?
make the world a better place,
Make the change.
look at yourself and make a change.
Lovely. Well, thank you very much, boys. And I think we'll call that a day.
Excellent.
Cheers.
Cheers, boys. Well done.
Yay!